let's do an unhaul of all of my books. Hi guys, welcome to my new video, and today is going to be a very special video because we are spring cleaning. I have here a whole box to unhaul because I went through every single one of my shelves. I was like, I need to start fresh. I need to get rid of books I've had for years that I'm never going to get to. I need to just do a complete clean out of my library, and yeah, I have some fun things to show you guys for my unhaul. This is my first time trying Poppy. Wait, that's actually so good. Not much of a pop girly. I got the Doc Pop. It looks cute, it's pretty. I'm kind of into this. I have my Poppy. Now let's get to the unhaul. I'm probably going to be selling this one on Marketplace. This is Stephen King Fairy Tale. I have never read a Stephen King book. I've seen the movies. I got this a couple years ago because I thought that I was going to be a Stephen King girly. No clue what this is about, but it is chunky and huge. I don't see myself ever reading a Stephen King book. Maybe Carrie or Pet Sematary. I've heard those are really good. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one away. Next books I'm going to unhaul are some Sophia Kinsella books. I've read both of these, The Undomestic Goddess and Can You Keep a Secret. I am not much of a fan. I'm gonna be honest, they were okay. I think I gave them both 3 stars. But I'm not a huge fan of this author. I don't think I'm going to read any more of her books, so I'm going to unhaul them. And yeah, these are going to go to a better home. I think I'm going to put these into a free library because the covers are actually very cute, to be honest. What happened to this book might hurt some viewers, so this is a trigger warning. This copy of Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, I don't know how it became a literal zigzag. Like, look at this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna either try to flatten this out. I don't know what to do with this because I feel like it's kind of rude to give this book to a free library when it's a literal zigzag. But I'm actually so sad because I really wanted to continue the From Blood and Ash series. This is really bad. What happened to this poor book? We have some rom-coms here. So I have Faker by Sarah Smith. I got this at a thrift shop. Yeah, I got this at a thrift shop. Here's the little sticker on the back, and I never got to it, so I don't feel much attachment towards this book, so I'm going to give it away. The cover is actually really cute. I'm also going to give away Buy the Book. So I got this a few years ago for Christmas because I was in love with the cover. It is a YA contemporary book. I honestly found this really boring. I think I'm going to sell this one. I feel like someone is going to love this one. Next we have some books that I DNF'd. So we have here Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I read this maybe 2 years ago. I didn't get far. I think I got like 25% in, and I did not like this book. I DNF'd it. I thought it was so boring. I did not like the characters at all. I thought they were so insufferable. So I think this is going to go into a better home. Again, it is in perfect condition. I think I'm going to sell it because this is a pretty popular series. So maybe I'll make some money off of it. Next one, trigger warning, it's a problematic author. We have Colleen Hoover. I was a Colleen Hoover fan probably 3-4 years ago. I got this one sent to me. I never read it. It was sitting on my TBR cart for ages. This one is getting unhauled. I just do not support Colleen Hoover anymore, so I'll probably give it to a thrift shop so someone could enjoy this book without giving Colleen Hoover money. So yeah. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. I read this years ago and I enjoyed it. Never continued the series, never thought of it again. This is a kind of horror kind of book the way I remember it. But this was very, very popular like 10 years ago. So if you want to get back to that 2014 era and want to read this book, you should. It was good at the time. I just don't think I want it anymore on my shelf. Next we have this one I bought at a thrift shop. Never read it, but it is a vampire book. It is called Crave by Tracy Wolff. I was interested in reading this, but I just never got to it. And honestly, I just don't think I would like it now. I'm going to unhaul it. So yeah, I think I've heard some good things about it. Not too sure. we have here, I think I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna probably sell this one on Marketplace for some money because this is the indie version for Collide by Lauren Asher. I read Throttled, I didn't really like it. I owned Collide because I thought I was gonna read it because maybe give Lauren Asher a second chance. Never got to it. It's been sitting on my shelf for years. I honestly have no interest in reading it. The cover is very beautiful, so it's gonna go to a new home, and I hope someone who loves Lauren Asher will enjoy this book. I'll give you The Sun by Jandy Nelson. I've been meaning to read this for years. I bought it as a teenager when it was like super popular, but again, I just never got to it. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to it, so it's getting rehomed. I was so excited to read this book when it first came out back in like 2019. I actually pre-ordered it, that's how excited I was for it, and I got it and I did not like it, and that is A Circle of Shadows. I gave this book like 2 stars. I did not like this world. I did not like this book. It is by Evelyn Skye. Me and Evelyn Skye do not jive together, so it is getting unhauled. I think it's a YA fantasy book. I just did not like the characters. I did not like the story. I did not like the fantasy world. I didn't like the writing. I bought Where the Crawdads Sing years ago at the thrift store. There it is, a tag. And I thought I was going to read it, but honestly, I think I'm just going to watch the movie instead of reading the book. The book just doesn't interest me too much, so I'm going to give it away. We have The Humans. I own the library one this author wrote, so I own that one, and I feel more interested in reading this one than this one. So I think I'm going to unhaul it. It just doesn't scream anything to me. I know this author has really good reviews and a lot of people love him, so I'm sure someone is going to come pick this up and enjoy it, and I'm happy for them to get to it. Next we have this one, a little book. It's called Dark Fever. I think this is a vampire book. I think I got this book at the bookstore because I needed like another $5 to get my goal for free shipping, so I ordered this one, and I thought I was going to read it and I never got to it, so I'm getting unhauled. The Maid by Nita Prose. This one is very popular. I've heard pretty good things. I think this is like a cozy murder mystery. Again, I don't know, it doesn't really scream my name. I just don't feel interested in reading it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe someday I'll read the audiobook, but right now it's gonna get sold and it's gonna get rehomed. I think someone will really love this book. Next we have this one, Scythe. So I read this, oh my god, years ago. So probably, I'm gonna say a good 10 years ago, 9-10 years ago. I was so excited to read this book. It's about reapers and dystopian society, kill people to get the population under control. The premise sounded amazing and I was so excited to read it, but I just did not jive with this book. I read it the first time, I DNF'd it, and then a couple years later, I think back in 2019, I read it. It took me forever to get through. I just found this book so boring, and I don't know, sorry. I just didn't know. I know this book is really popular. It's getting a TV show, but I for sure think someone else will enjoy reading this. So this is getting rehomed. Study in Charlotte. Again, I read this. So I probably read this back in 2018, 2019. I was so excited to read this. It sounded amazing. It's like a reimagining of Sherlock and Watson. I think this follows like Sherlock Holmes' daughter and like the Watson guy's son, and I thought it was just, I don't know, I didn't really enjoy this one. I found it kind of boring towards the end. The mystery just didn't wow me, so I'm gonna unhaul it. And I know this one is also popular. I got this book back when books were $12.50 in Canada. $12.50. Now I've paid like $23 for a paperback. Actually insane that once upon a time I paid $13 for a paperback. Let's go back to those times. I miss it dearly. Next we have Passengers by Alexandra Bracken. I know she was super popular like 10 years ago during the whole dystopian era, like in 2014. She wrote, I think, The Darkest Minds. I never got to read those when I was a teenager. So then I saw Passengers and I was like, maybe I'll read Passengers. I got this like maybe 4 years ago. Again, I never read it. So I'm gonna unhaul it. The cover is really cute. I have no clue what's it about. What are you doing? Ugh. So now we're getting to some authors that I just don't want on my shelf anymore. They are problematic, so I want them off my shelf. I honestly don't know what to do with them. I'll probably give them to a thrift shop so somebody could read it without supporting these authors. But we have here J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter. I know Harry Potter is very popular. I did not grow up with Harry Potter. It wasn't my jam. I was more of a Twilight girl. So when I got to probably like 20 years old, I really wanted to read it. So I thrifted all of these copies of Harry Potter, and I just never got to it because the author absolutely sucks. And I know Harry Potter is very loved. People really love these books. So I'm gonna give these to the thrift shop so people can enjoy without giving the author money. I think these are like the original 90s covers. I think this one's a newer version of Harry Potter, but yeah. They're getting sold. Taylor Jenkins Reid's Harry Soto is back. So I was a huge Taylor Jenkins Reid's fan, like probably 2-3 years ago. I remember reading 4 of her books in like a week. I got this book when it first came out, I don't know, I think 2 years ago. But again, Taylor Jenkins Reid's, I feel like I've just lost interest in her books. I just don't agree with her political views. I've heard some weird things about her, so I just don't want her on my shelf. I just don't see myself picking her books up anymore. So this is gonna get rehomed. Next we have One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I have had this on my shelf for actual years and have not picked it up. And I feel like someone else deserves to have this book on their shelf. It is very beautiful, the cover. It's pink. And I know this author is very, very popular, so I'm sure someone is going to love it and put it on their shelf. I don't even know where this book came from. This is The Land of Stories. I don't even remember buying this book. Like, I don't even know what this is. So I'm gonna unhaul it. I think it might be a children's book. So it's getting unhauled. I'm probably gonna put this in a little library for children to read. This was my first Colleen Hoover book, Hopeless, and it deeply traumatized me. I was probably 18, 19 years old. The content of this book I was not expecting, and I gave this book like 3 stars. It's getting rehomed, and I'm just sick of seeing it on my shelf. And the cover is absolutely terrible. I hate these covers with the floating heads. Ugh, it's disgusting. I need it off my shelf. Colleen Hoover is gone. We're getting to the last bunch. We have Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. I bought this again years ago at a thrift shop. It never called my name. I'm not interested in reading it. I literally do not care. It's getting rehomed. Another author that's so problematic. This one, he's not even problematic. He's gross, and I don't want him on my shelf. I just don't know what to do with them because I don't want them on my shelf because they suck. And this one, he is gross to women, so obviously I don't want him on my shelf. And this is Neil Gaiman, The Graveyard book. So if you don't know Neil Gaiman, you can search him online. He's a disgusting human being. And yeah, just I need him off my shelf. He doesn't deserve to even be in my video. He sickens me. Yeah, nothing to say about that anymore. We have one more, and this is The Push. I have not read this one, but I did have double copies in my library, so I don't know why. So why am I having 2 copies when no one else can enjoy it? So giving it away. The Push. I think this is a thriller. I love thrillers. I think this is the perfect thriller to read for the summertime, so I'm very excited to read it, and I'm excited for whoever gets this book to also enjoy it too. This is the end of my unhaul for my spring cleaning video. I had such a fun time. There is a ton of books, and I'm so proud of myself for letting these books go, for kind of restarting spring cleaning. So look at this pile we have here. It's crazy. So excited for these books to get a different home. So if you love my unhaul, please comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, bye guys. Thank you guys for watching my video.